Cameron here. Glad you're here. I know I'm glad to be here. We're driving down the road on the way to Day of Teaching Music. It is the Monday before Thanksgiving, 2023. And we are driving down the road on a miserable, Midwest day. So today's topic is fear. Keeping on our premise of mental health, there's a great line in Dune, which I read while I was at the Berklee College of Music instead of practicing, but that's another story. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total destruction. And I think that's true, because fear makes, I can only talk about me, but I'm a human being and I can only assume other human beings are like me. So fear has always made me act irrationally. And for example, when I was still drinking, we were, the wife unit and I were living in this little apartment, and it backed up to some little woods that was right behind the apartment. And we used to go walking back there with our little dog, and at one point a couple showed up with a dog, living in a tent in the back of but in the woods there. At the time, I wasn't working; I was drinking full time, and Patty, I saw the wife unit would tell me that, if it wasn't for her mom, who was floating, keeping us afloat, we would very much be in that situation as well. And, mom was very elderly. We thought, she could die anytime. So I was in this constant fear of not having a place to live. And it was a crushing fear. But, I drank. That's what I did all day. That was my job, drinking full time. And, that's only going to add to the fact that you're going to be homeless pretty soon. Instead of, getting up, getting a job, I just drank. And eventually, that did lead to me being homeless at some point, which is yet another story. But anyway, so, and what do you do about fear? I really don't know. I can only, one of the things that has stuck with me over the years, and I'll just give this to you for whatever it's worth. One of the times when I gave up music, I did that twice in my life for a while. I got sick of the music business, and I was working in a BMW in the motorcycle shop, and a service manager used to. I was in the service manager too. I was assistant service manager, and one of the things we had to do was, every after the weekend when we'd come in, the first thing we'd have to do as service managers is listen to the phone messages. And in that business, people are always angry. So, there were tons on Tuesday morning, because the motorsports industry runs Tuesday through Saturday, so you have Sunday, Monday off. So on Tuesday morning, when you come in to the shop, there'd be all these angry messages. So what service manager told me he did is he would save messages, like for weeks. And whenever he'd get backed into a corner or feel really stressed out about a situation, he'd go back 2 or 3 weeks and listen to messages, and it works out. Things work out, or they don't, but life goes on, and that was brilliant. So that's the only tidbit I have for you today. So don't let fear paralyze you. Just what is it in one of my favorite lyrics and songs in the Rush song, Roll the Bones, where it says, stop throwing stones, the night has 1,000 saxophones, so get out there and rock and roll the bones. Alright, this is Cameron with Groove Master Academy. Take care. Remember, you're lovable and capable and valuable. Cameron out.